So a couple of days ago on the channel, we of course went over a litany of alleged new games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 from third parties. A good mixture of a lot of different games there. Interesting games such as Diablo 4, which if you think about how the Nintendo Switch 2's Joy-Con works as a mouse, I think would be really cool. And I think it's a good lineup of games. Now, you might kind of wonder if those games are all going to be coming. Starfield seems to be a question for a lot of people out of that list, but make sure you check out that video if you haven't yet to get a glimpse at potentially the third-party launch window for some developers when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2. But let's be realistic. Most people buy Nintendo hardware to play first-party games. I mean, that's just what they do. Those sell the best on Nintendo platforms. And of course, we got a glimpse of, I guess we're calling it Mario Kart 9 now, but it was really more so just a little bit of a teaser, a morsel to kind of get your mouth wet for the full unveiling of the Nintendo Switch 2 library. We're going to have to pause on that one because that was kind of out of pocket. But what other first-party Nintendo games are there going to be at the launch, and did some potentially just leak from a major retailer? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. But first, we have to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Sihu and their M57 chair. The M57 chair is perfect for those of us who sit at a computer or desk all day, and features dual adjustable lumbar support for continual back comfort. The M57 also features a breathable mesh design to help air circulation, a great design that supports people of all different shapes and sizes, 3D coordinated armrests for your arms, and complete control of the chair with just one handle. The chair looks great, and it feels great, and whether you're handling office calls all day, or staying up late at night editing some videos, or just playing some video games, the M57 will suit all of your needs. As someone who sits at a computer far too often, I will say this chair definitely does help my back out quite a bit. I have some lower back pains that I deal with from time to time, and it just feels a lot better in a chair like this. You've seen it in my recent videos because it's a chair that I'm actually using. It's a chair that I actually genuinely enjoy. Check out the link in the description box down below or in the pinned comment to get more information on the Sihu M57 chair, and of course to pick up the Sihu M57 chair right now. And a huge thank you to Sihu for sponsoring today's video. All right, so heading on over to Insider Gaming, it seems like we have an alleged leak saying that a new 3D Mario and a Legend of Zelda remake are coming in 2025. Now, you would imagine that those would be for the Nintendo Switch 2, but obviously that's something we'll talk about as this video goes on. Insider Gaming is the one reporting this. I'm going to be the one kind of looking at it and analyzing it. I'll have a link in the description box down below. A new 3D Mario and Legend of Zelda remake are coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. At least that's according to one store listing online. That is a very bold way to say all of that. One of the popular e-tailer, Newegg. I've never heard a website called an e-tailer. That's kind of a new term. The product description for a $50 Nintendo eShop gift card mentions a number of games coming in 2025. According to that description, which you could see below, 2025 will feature Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, new 3D Mario, new Mario Kart, a Legend of Zelda remake remaster, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Pokemon Legends Z-A. A new Mario Kart was already confirmed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's the picture in question here. I will zoom in a bit for you, and you can see that this is the listing for a new Egg Nintendo Switch eShop $50 gift card that you would get via your email as far as the code is concerned. And then you could see here, valid with only a U.S. account, total balance cannot exceed $250, send as a gift, whatever. 2025 games. And sure enough, that is the list that is put in there. So now people are really excited. A 3D Mario and a Zelda remake and remaster. Of course, people automatically go to the GOAT of Zelda games, Ocarina of Time, as far as what that potential remake slash remaster would be. And if you look at a timeline of what Nintendo has said, I mean, it would make sense for there to be some sort of Zelda presence near the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. They have pretty much said they want one Zelda game per year because Zelda is a very popular franchise now, and you've seen it with offshoot games, Cadence of Hyrule, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, Echoes of Wisdom. Like, there's not going to be a Tears of the Kingdom successor on the system for the launch of it, but I do think that a Zelda remake or remaster does make a lot of sense. Is it going to be something kind of like, Twilight Princess or Wind Waker there? Like, that would be kind of the safe bet. But I would more so hope for something a little bit more of a deeper cut. Like, I get it. It would be awesome to play those games again, especially Twilight Princess. I haven't played that in a while, and I would love to do another romp through of that. But I would like to see them get a little bit crazy, especially considering this is the launch of a system. But in the same breath, this could be something like we saw with the Nintendo 3DS, because the Nintendo 3DS, of course, had Metroid Samus Returns after the Nintendo Switch came out, and that was a remake of Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. So something to kind of keep in mind. All because, this is allegedly happening doesn't necessarily mean that it's a Switch 2 game. This could be something for the original Nintendo Switch. And then, of course, a 3D Mario game. I think if you come out with a 3D Mario game, with the Mario Kart game, like, you are good for that first year, pal. It has been a very long time since Odyssey came out, and Odyssey was a fantastic game. It seems like there's this kind of revisionist history going around with Odyssey right now, where it's like, oh, it's not a really good 3D Mario game or something like that. People say that while games like Sunshine exist, and it exists within the space, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Odyssey is probably right up there with Super Mario 64 for me. And I would say it's a little bit higher up on my personal list than the Galaxy games are. And then, of course, Super Mario Sunshine is somewhere far deep in the gutter. So I think all of these games make sense. I think a 3D Mario would for sure just be a Nintendo Switch 2 game. There wouldn't be any sort of a Switch version or making a 3D Mario for a Switch game, but a remake or a remaster does make a bit more sense to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. And then, of course, the Switch 2 is backwards compatible. So if you picked up a Switch, you could pick up something like Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. So all of this, in theory, sounds really good. And I think that there is a chance, a very good chance, that 3D Mario and a Zelda remake remaster is in that first initial Nintendo Switch 2 full unveiling direct that we're getting on April 2nd. And you could kind of tell that I'm building up towards something here. But is this indicative of those things happening? Does Newegg have some inside information? That's where I'm not really on board, because if you actually take a look over on Newegg's website now, those games have been removed. They've actually removed the Mario Kart game as well. Now it's just Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and Pokemon Legends Z-A. And there's two kind of trains of thought that you could think with that. The first train of thought is, oh, Nintendo got mad at them. Because that's where everyone's mind automatically goes. Nintendo got mad at them, and they had told them to take it down. And I mean, maybe, or the more logical thing is that the person who typed in this description was just trying to get a little bit of attention over to Newegg. Like, people don't seem to realize that happens more often than not. And if this had just been a listing that existed, I probably wouldn't have even talked about it. But the fact that so many websites have now picked up on it and are talking about it and are treating it as fact, like, I kind of got to come along and be like, hey, there's a very good chance that a 3D Mario will be there at launch. There's a very good chance that a Zelda remake or remaster will be there at launch for the system. But I don't think a Newegg listing is really, is really the concrete information that that we are actually looking for. I mean, if you look at Newegg's website, I haven't been on here in so long. They have, the eShop gift card, you got some systems and stuff like that, controllers. But are a lot of people buying systems and controllers from Newegg? Like, maybe not. And this is a way to drum up interest. This is a way to drum up people to their website that people might have forgotten about, so they could get rid of, this bundle here for $450 of a Switch and Luigi's Mansion 3. Who the hell is buying that? Who would buy such a thing? What is wrong with people? That's crazy. But yes, my point is, I don't think this is any sort of confirmation of it. I don't think Newegg has inside information. I think it was just probably some intern mucking about, messing around with the inputs, messing around with the information, and then for some reason a bunch of websites picked up on it. So the YouTubers have to come along and correct the different websites to be like, hey, it's probably a nothing burger. Isn't that funny how that works out? But maybe Newegg is onto something. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to give me your feedback in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit like and subscribe as well. Big thank you to Sihu for sponsoring today's video. Yes, I have been using this chair. You've seen this chair in every video since they sent it to me. I like it. It feels good on my back, where my recliner didn't really, so now I just use it to watch movies. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.